What's up, my Squabians? Today we are breaking down my predictions for the Eastern Conference as the NBA returns. Baseball is back, the NBA is back. I am thrilled about both. Here are my predictions for the Eastern Conference. First, leave in the comment section below who you think makes it out of the Eastern Conference, as well what shifts do you see happening before the final playoff run of this year. Okay, so as far as seeding goes, I have the seeding staying mostly the same, at least in the Eastern Conference, with Milwaukee at number 1, Toronto at 2, Boston staying at 3, Miami at 4, and I think Philly jumps Indiana to 5. Indiana falls to 6. Oladipo's practicing, still not 100% if he's going to play or not, but I think Philly has a favorable schedule heading into the bubble, whereas Indiana does not. So Philly jumps Indiana, and Brooklyn and Orlando stay the same at 7 and 8. In the first round of the playoffs, I have Milwaukee and Toronto both sweeping their first round matchups with Orlando and Brooklyn. I have Boston beating Indiana in 5, and I have Miami beating Philly in 6. In the second round of the playoffs, I have Milwaukee beating Miami in a very close series, even though Miami dominated this matchup during the regular season. I think it's going to be close ball games, but I think late in the games, Milwaukee's going to pull away. This team is just so defensively dominant. There aren't going to be fans down there, so Miami is going to have the edge in that aspect, but I still think Milwaukee gets it done, playing team defense so successfully. Playoff ball is different than the regular season. I think Milwaukee takes it a lot more serious, playing Miami in the playoffs, trying to overcome the woes that they've created for themselves as of last season. Come playoff time, I think Giannis and Milwaukee gets it done in 5 games. I think these are close games throughout the majority of them. I think 2 of them are going to be down to the wire. I think Milwaukee blows one of them away, and the other one probably about 10-15 point game. Whereas Miami, I have them winning a ball game. I think they'll have a game where they just win by about 10 to 12, pulling away in Miami's home game. But regardless, I think Milwaukee gets the series in 5 games. The other side of the bracket, we have a very interesting series between Toronto and Boston. Unfortunately, even though I have a Lakers shirt on, I have got to take Boston in this series. I think it goes 7 games, but I think the best player in this series is Jason Tatum, and I think he gets it done when it matters the most. Jason Tatum has playoff experience against LeBron James, and he had a really good performance in Game 7 a couple years back against LeBron. I think Jason Tatum and the Celtics are ready to step up and win, not only for themselves but for Kemba. I think Jason Tatum wants to show that he is one of the top 10 NBA players in the NBA, and that he is able to carry his team at such a young age. Because of that, I think Tatum gets this series taken care of in 7 games. There's not going to be a home court advantage based on fans, so I think Boston gets it done, even though they would be the lower seed. 7-game series, down to Game 7, Boston gets it done. Meaning, in the conference finals, I have Milwaukee playing Boston. I think this is an absolute shootout. I think it's 7 games. I think Milwaukee and Boston both eager to take advantage of this coronavirus recovering NBA season. I think Milwaukee has been one of the most dominant teams, had the best record throughout the regular season, is an absolutely dominant defensive team, might have a defensive player of the year and MVP in the same year in Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think this team is going to be a problem for many years to come, but I think Boston gets it done in what's going to be an awkward and unusual finish to the NBA season. I think the change of scenario will help to be a reason for Giannis, but at least for the first majority of the quarantine, Giannis didn't have a hoop. I think he gets to the conference finals. I think he pushes it 7 games, but I like the amount of stars that Boston has over the amount of stars that Milwaukee has. Yes, Chris Middleton is an all-star, but I like Kemba, I like Jaylen Brown, I like Jason Tatum. I like the way these guys play together, and I think Jason Tatum versus Giannis is going to be the main matchup, but I would take Jaylen Brown and Kemba over Middleton any day. Because of that, I think Boston gets it done in 7 and advance to the NBA Finals. So once again, I have the standings staying pretty much the same. I have Philly and Indiana flopping, and then throughout the playoffs, in the semis, I have Milwaukee over Miami, and I have Boston over Toronto in 7. And then in the conference finals, I have Boston upsetting Milwaukee in 7 games and advancing to the NBA Finals. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think happens in the Eastern Conference once the NBA comes back. How do you think it lines up? And what team do you see making the NBA Finals out of the Eastern Conference when the NBA returns? As always, go Cougs.